Hello, everybody. As we know that here are lots of audiobooks from the mentors in the field of personal growth meditation. I have another wonderful book from Dr. Joseph Murphy, The Power of Subconscious Mind, from which in this video I'm reading the chapter Your Subconscious Mind and Marital Problems. Many of us are currently looking out to get your ex back, to manifest your SP, to manifest the wedding with a specific person. Let us see in this aspect what are the great teachings by one of my favorite mentor, Dr. Joseph Murphy. So you can also make notes of this by taking your pen, pencil. I'll just give you a minute to do so. I'm pretty much sure that this chapter will totally turn lots of our issues and everybody will get the answers of whatever is going on in their life. So let us move further. Your subconscious mind and marital problems from The Power of Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Ignorance of functions and powers of the mind is the cause of all marital troubles. Ignorance of functions and powers of mind is the cause of marital trouble. Friction between husband and wife can be solved by each using the law of mind correctly. By praying together, they stay together. The contemplation of divine ideas, the study of laws of life, the mutual agreement on a common purpose and plan, and the enjoyment of personal freedom bring about that harmonious marriage, that wedded bliss, that sense of oneness where the two become one. The best time to prevent divorce is before marriage. It is not wrong to try to get out of a very bad situation. But why get into the bad situation in the first place? Would it not be better to give attention to the real cause of marital problems? In other words, to really get at the root of the matter involved? As with all the problems of men and women, the problems of divorce, separation, annulment, and endless litigation are directly traceable to lack of knowledge of working and interrelationship of conscious and subconscious mind. The meaning of marriage. Marriage, to be real, must first be on a spiritual basis. It must be of the heart, and the heart is a chalice of love. Honesty, sincerity, kindness, and integrity are also forms of love. Each partner should be perfectly honest and sincere with the other. It is not a true marriage when a man marries a woman for her money, social position, or to lift his ego, because this indicates a lack of security, honesty, and true love. Such a marriage is a farce, a sham, and a masquerade. When a woman says, I'm tired of working, I want to get married because I want security, her premise is false. She is not using the laws of mind correctly. Her security depends upon her knowledge of interaction of conscious and subconscious mind and its application. For example, a woman will never lack a wealth or health if she applies the techniques outlined in the respective chapters of this book. Her wealth can come to her independent of her husband, father, or anyone else. A woman is not dependent on her husband for health, peace, joy, inspiration, guidance, love, wealth, security, happiness, or anything in the world. Her security and peace of mind comes from her knowledge of inner powers within us, within her, and from that constant use of laws of her own mind in a constructive fashion. How to attract the ideal husband? You are now acquainted with the way your subconscious mind works. We know that whatever you impress upon it will be the experienced in your reality world. Begin now to impress your subconscious mind with the qualities and characters you desire in a man. The following is an excellent technique. Sit down at night in your warm armchair. Close your eyes, let go, relax your body, become very quiet, passive, and receptive. Talk to your subconscious mind and say to it, I'm now attracting a man into my experience who is honest, who's honest, sincere, loyal, faithful, peaceful, happy, and prosperous. These qualities which I admire are sinking down into my subconscious mind now. And as I develop on these characteristics, they become a part of me and are embodied subconsciously. I know there is an irresistible law of attraction, and that I attract to me a man according to my subconscious belief. I attract that which I feel to be true in my subconscious mind. And I know I can contribute to his peace and happiness. He loves my ideals, and I love his ideals. He does not want to make me over, neither do I want to make him over. There is mutual love, freedom, and respect. Practice this process of impregnating your subconscious. Then you will have the joy of attracting a man possessing all these qualities and characteristics you mentally dwelt upon. Your subconscious intelligence will open up a pathway whereby both of you will meet according to irresistible and changeless flow of your own subconscious mind. Have a keen desire to get the best that is in you of love, devotion, cooperation. Be receptive to this gift of love which you have given to your subconscious mind. How to attract the ideal wife? Affirm as follows: I now attract the right woman who is complete accord with me. This is a spiritual union because it is a divine love functioning through the personality of someone with whom I blend perfectly. I know I can give to this woman love, light, peace, and joy. I feel and believe I can make this woman's life full, complete, and wonderful. I now decree that she possesses the following qualities and attributes. She is spiritual, loyal, faithful, and true. She is harmonious, peaceful, and happy. We are irresistibly attracted to each other. Only that which belongs to love, truth, and beauty can enter my experience. I accept my ideal companion now. As you think quietly and with interest on the qualities and attributes which you admire in the companion you seek, you will build the mental equivalent into your mentality. Then the deeper currents of your subconscious mind will bring both of you together in divine order. No need for third mistake. Recently, a teacher told me I have had three husbands and three have been passive, submissive, and dependent on me to make all decisions and govern everything. Why do I attract such type of men? I asked her whether she had known that her second husband was he effeminate type, and she replied, "Of course not. Had I known, I would not have married him." Apparently, she had not learned anything from the first mistake. The trouble was with her own personality makeup. She was very masculine, domineering, and unconsciously wanted someone to be submissive and passive so that she could play the dominant role. All this was unconscious motivation, and her subconscious picture attracted to her what she subjectively wanted. She had to learn to break the pattern by adopting the right prayer process. How she broke this negative pattern. The above mentioned woman learned a simple truth. When you believe you can have type of man you idealize, it is done unto you as your belief. The following is a specific prayer she used to break the old subconscious pattern and attract to her the ideal mate. I'm building into my mentality the type of man I deeply desire. The man I attract for my husband is strong, powerful, loving, very masculine, successful, honest, loyal, faithful. He finds love and happiness with me. I love to follow where he leads. I know he wants me, I want him. I'm honest and I'm sincere, loving, and very kind. I have wonderful gifts to offer him. They are goodwill, a joyous heart, and a healthy body. He offers me the same. It is mutual, I give and I receive. Divine intelligence knows where this man is, and the deeper wisdom of my subconscious mind is now bringing both of us together in its own way, and we recognize each other immediately. I release this request to my subconscious mind, which knows how to bring my best request to pass. I give thanks for the perfect answer. She prayed in above manner night and morning, affirming these truths and knowing that through frequent occupation of the mind she would reach the mental equivalent of that which she sought. And the answer to her prayer, several months went by. She had a great number of dates and social engagements, none of which was agreeable to her. When she was about to question, waver, doubt, and vacillate, she reminded herself that infinite intelligence was bringing it to pass, and its own way, that there was nothing to be concerned about. Her final decree in her divorce proceedings was granted, which brought her a great sense of release and a mental freedom. Shortly afterward, she went to work as a receptionist in a doctor's office. She told me that a minute she saw a physician, she knew he was the man she was praying about. Apparently, he knew it too because he proposed her the first week she was in the office, and their subsequent marriage was ideally happy. This physician was not the passive or submissive type. but was a real man, a former football player, an outstanding athlete, and was deeply spiritual man, though he was completely devoid of any sectarian or denominational affiliation. She got what she prayed for because she claimed it mentally until she reached the point of saturation. In other words, she mentally and emotionally united with her idea, and it became a part of her in the same way that an apple becomes a part of her bloodstream. Should I get divorced? Divorce is an individual problem. It cannot be generalized. In some cases, of course, there never should have been a marriage. In some cases, divorce is not the solution, no more so than marriage is a solution for a lonely man. Divorce may be right for one person and wrong for another. A divorced woman may be far more sincere and noble than may of her married sisters who perhaps are living a lie. For example, I once talked to a woman who whose husband was a dope fiend, an ex convict, a wife beater, and a non provider. She had been told it was wrong to get divorced, and I explained her that marriage is of heart. If two hearts blend with harmony, long lovingly and sincerely, that is the ideal marriage. The pure action of heart is love. Following this example, she knew what to do, and she knew in her heart that there is no divine law which compelled her to be browbeaten, intimidated, and beaten because someone said, I pronounce you man and wife. If you are in doubt as to what to do, ask for the guidance, knowing that there is always an answer and you will receive it. Follow the lead that comes to you in the silence of your soul. It speaks to you in peace. Drifting into divorce. Recently, a young couple, married only for a few months, was seeking a divorce. I discovered that a young man had a constant fear that his wife would leave him. He expected rejection and he believed that she would be unfaithful. These thoughts haunted his mind and became an obsession with him. His mental attitude was one of the separation and suspicion. She felt unresponsive to him. It was his own feeling or atmosphere of loss and separation operating through them. This brought about a condition or a caution in accordance with the mental pattern behind it. There is a law of action and reaction, or a cause and effect. The thought is action, and the response of subconscious mind is the reaction. His wife left home and asked for a divorce, which is what he feared and believed she would do. Divorce begins in mind. Divorce takes place first in mind. The legal proceedings follow after. These two young people were full of resentment, fear, suspicion, and anger. These attitudes weaken, exhaust, debilitate the whole being. They learned that hate divides and love unites. They began to realize what they had been doing with their minds. Neither one of them knew the law of mental action, and they were misusing their minds and bringing on chaos and misery. The two people went back together at my suggestion and experimented the prayer therapy. They began to radiate love and peace and goodwill to each other. Each one practiced radiating harmony, health, peace, and love to other, and they alternated in the reading of psalms every night, and their marriage is growing more beautifully every day. The nagging wife. Many times the reason of a wife nags is because she gets no attention. Oftentimes It is craving of love and affection. Give your wife attention and show your appreciation. Praise and exalt all her many good points. There is also the nagging type of woman who wants to make the man conform to her particular pattern. This is about quickest way in the world to get rid of a man. The wife and husband must cease being scavengers, always looking at the petty flaws or errors in each other. Let's give attention to each other and praise for constructive and wonderful qualities in each other. The brooding husband. If a man begins to brood, grows morbid against his wife because of the things she said or did, psychologically speaking, committing adultery. One of the meanings of adultery is adul- idolatry. Is adultery. Idolatry. I'm sorry for the mispronunciation. It's idolatry. That is, given attention to or uniting mentally with what which is negative and destructive. When a man is silently representing his wife and is full of hostility towards her, he is unfaithful. He is not faithful to his wife vows, marriage vows, which are love, cherish, and honor her all days of his life. The man who's brooding, bitter, and resentful can swallow his sharp remarks, abate his anger, and he can do to great lengths to be considerate, kind, and courageous. He can deftly skirt the differences. Through praise and mental effort, he can get out of the habit of antagonism. Then he will be able to get along better, not only with his wife, but with business associates as well. Assume the harmonious state, and eventually you will find peace and harmony. The great mistake. A great mistake is to discuss your marital problems or difficulties with neighbors and relatives. Suppose, for example, a wife say to a neighbor, John never gives me any money. He treats my mother abominably, drinks to excess, is constantly abusive and insulting. Now his wife is degrading and belittling her husband in the eyes of other neighbors and relatives. He no longer appears as an ideal husband to them. Never discuss your problems, marital problems, with anyone except a trained counselor. Moreover, as you discuss and dwell upon the shortcomings of your husband, you are actually creating these states within yourself. Who is thinking and feeling it? You are. As you think and feel, so are you. Relatives will usually give you the wrong advice. It is usually biased and prejudiced because it is not given in an impersonal way. Any advice you receive which violates the golden rule, which is the cosmic law, is not good or sound. It is well to remember that no two human beings ever lived beneath the same roof without clashes of temperament, periods of hurt and stain. Never display the unhappy side of your marriage to your friends. Keep your quarrels to yourself. Refrain from criticism and condemnation of your partner. Don't try to make your wife over. A husband must not try to make his wife into a second edition of himself. The tactless attempt to change her in many ways is foreign to her nature. These attempts are always foolish and many times result in dissolution of marriage. These attempts to alter her destroy her pride and self esteem and arouse a spirit of constraintless and resentment that proves fatal to the marriage bond. Adjustments are needed, of course, But if you have a good look inside your own mind and study your character and behavior, you will find so many shortcomings. They will keep you busy the rest of your life. If you say, I will make him over into what I want, you are looking for trouble and divorce court. You are asking for misery. You will have to learn the hard way that there is no one to change but yourself. Pray together, stay together through steps in the prayer. The first step: never carry over from any one day to another accumulated irritations arising from little disappointments. Be sure to forgive each other for any sharpness before you retire at night. The moment you awaken in the morning, claim infinite intelligence is guiding you in all your ways. Spend out loving thoughts, peace, harmony, love to your marriage partner, to all the members of family, and to the whole world. Second step: say grace at breakfast. Give thanks to the wonderful food, for your abundance, and for all your blessings. Make sure that no problem, worries, or arguments shall enter into the table conversation. The same applies at the dinner time. Say to your wife or a husband, I appreciate all you're doing, and I radiate love and good to you all day long. Third step: husband and wife should alternate in praying each night. Do not take your marriage partner for granted. Show your appreciation and love. Think appreciation and goodwill rather than condemnation, criticism, and nagging. The way to build a peaceful home and a happy marriage is to use foundation of love, beauty, harmony, mutual respect, faith in God, and all things good. Read 23rd, 27th, and 91st Psalms, 11th chapter of Hebrews, 13th chapter of 1 Corinthians, and other great texts of the Bible before going to sleep. As you practice these truths, your marriage will grow more and more blessed through the years. Review your actions. Number one: ignorance of mental and spiritual laws is the cause of marital unhappiness. By praying scientifically together, you stay together. Number two: the best time to prevent divorce is before marriage. If you learn how to pray in the right way, you will attract the right mate for you. Number three: marriage is the union of a man and a woman who are bound together by love. Their hearts beat as one and they move onward, upward, Godward. Number four: marriage does not bequeath happiness. People find happiness by dwelling on eternal truths of God and spiritual values of life. Then the man and woman can contribute to each other's happiness and joy. Number five: you attract the right mate by dwelling on qualities and characteristics you admire in a man or woman. Then your subconscious mind will bring you together in divine order. Number six: you must build into mentality the mental equivalent of what you want in a marriage partner. If you want to attract a honest, sincere, loving partner in life, you must be honest, sincere, and loving yourself. You do not have to repeat the mistakes in the marriage. When you really believe you can have a type of a man or a woman you idealize, it is done unto you as you believe. To believe is to accept something as true. To believe is to accept something as true. Accept your ideal companion mentally now. Number 8. Do not wonder how, why, and where you will meet that mate you are praying for. Truth implicitly, the wisdom of your subconscious mind is the one. It has the know how, and you don't have to assess it at all. Number 9. You are mentally divorced when you indulge in peeves and grudges, ill will, and honesty towards your marriage partner. You are mentally dwelling with the error in the bed of your mind. Adhere to your marriage vows. I promise to cherish, love, and honor him or her all days of my life. Adhere to your marriage vows. I promise to cherish, love, and honor him or her all days of my life. Number 10. Cease projecting fear patterns to your marriage partner. Project love, peace, harmony, and a goodwill, and your marriage will grow more beautiful and more wonderful throughout all the years. Number 11. Radiate love, peace, goodwill to each other. These vibrations are picked up by subconscious mind, resulting in mutual trust, affection, and respect. Number 12. Nagging wife is usually seeking attention and appreciation. She is craving for love and appreciation. Praise and exalt her many good points. Show that you love her and appreciate her. Number 13. A man who loves his wife does not do anything unloving or unkind in word, manner, or action. Love is what love does. Number 14. In marital problems, always seek expert advice. You would not go to a carpenter to pull a tooth. Neither should you discuss your marriage problems with relatives or friends. You should go to the trained person for counseling. Number 15. Never try to make your wife or a husband over. These attempts are always foolish and tend to destroy the pride and self esteem to others. Moreover, it arouses a spirit of resentment that proves fatal to the marriage bond. Cease trying to make other a second edition of yourself. Number 16. Pray together and you will stay together. Scientific prayer solves all the problems. Mentally picture your wife as she ought to be: joyful, happy, healthy, beautiful. See your husband as he ought to be: strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, kind. And maintain this mental picture, and you will experience the marriage made in heaven, which is harmony and peace. End of the chapter.